India wants to purchase 1,770 tanks under the Future Ready Combat Vehicle project and has optimistically launched requests for information in 2021 after aborting the first RFI. Now, equally optimistic, the Russians responded cheerfully with the T-14 army, that is a variant specially dedicated to India. So, the Russian optimism is natural because practically the entire Indian tank fleet is Russian T-72 and its variant built in India, and T-90 and the variant being manufactured in India. So, the Indian Arjun main battle tank does not deserve to be considered as the Indian army does not take it seriously. Among all, the trouble is knocking at the door because of the French. The Russian Galician colleagues from the mainland came to India with Rafale. Indians like Rafale as they like the Jaguar or the Mirage over time. Post that, the French sent Rafale M to outs MiG-29K, and most likely the Indians will like it. The French have gone even further, now offering everything India wants: Barracuda nuclear submarines, aircraft engines, and now the tanks. So Nexter sent an email to New Delhi with a question whether the Indian government would like to take a look into the sketches of the modernized Leclerc tanks, which are also known as Leclerc XLR. XLR is a modernization program that the French Leclerc tanks will complete by 2028. So there are about 200 tanks and 18 technical recovery vehicles on the Leclerc chassis in France. The modernization costs 330 million euros, a very decent amount, but it is too costly for France. So comparing the Russian and the French tanks, the Russian T-14 army is a bit heavier, somewhere at 55 tons, which is precisely as much as the Leclerc. And here the paradigm is changing. Leclerc is more expensive than a T-90, but we do not know how it is compared to T-14. Another problem is the complexity of Leclerc compared to the T-90. Switching from T-90 to Leclerc shall be challenging. So the tank manufactured by Nexter has a 120 mm and 52 caliber cannon and a 1500 HP diesel engine, which is the only Western tank with an automatic loading system, while Leclerc has a 3-man crew. Now upgrading to the XLR standard means adding a new modular armor package to both the tank and the turret. An automatic turret equipped with a machine gun, a new communication system, new information system for combat, etc. Specifically, XLR aims to integrate a combined arms battle group Scorpion by equipping it with a Scorpion combat information system and the contact radio. So the upgrades also include improving its protection against new threats with jammers and a remotely operated turret and dealing with obsolescence, particularly at the level of its computers and its fire control. The French want to relaunch the production of the Leclerc given high intensity future requirements. Back in 2016, it was reported that Saudi Arabia was considering ordering several hundreds of these Leclercs. Back in December 2021, there was an estimate that if Nexter wins the contract, then it would be possible to restore the assembly lines of the Leclerc tank in France and India. It would make the price of acquisition of this particularly competitive tank both for the Indian and French armies and for export. This would be a stunning blow for the Russians to lose the tank market in India, which includes tanks, spare parts, tank guns, projectiles, missiles launched in the battle. Now, to understand how severe the blow would be, India is the largest operator of T-90 tanks, not Russia. So, an important part of the Russian tank industry, components, ammunition, etc. works for India. The Russian Ts have a rival in the Leclerc in terms of the weight. Paris will probably make a significant transfer of technology because after 2030, the new Franco-German tank is expected to replace Leclerc. The deal will be probably equivalent to the sale of the Mangusta attack helicopter by the Italians to Turkey, given that Italy is already developing a new attack helicopter. But here's the twist. The Ministry of Armed Forces pointed out that if any parliamentarian recognizes the strategic prospects with India are promising, they should note that the Indian procedures in terms of armament are often long and complex, to the point of taking several years. Now, in addition, the project to acquire 1,770 tanks of future is only at the request for information stage, and it will be carried out under the strategic partner procedure, which, the ministry explained, implies an Indian holder for the contract in principle private and a transfer of technologies which will ultimately lead to the production of these systems locally, that is in India. While at the same time, India plans to start producing the tanks by 2030, which means that the process should be quicker. With its partner KMW within the KNDS group, Nexter analyzes the possible solutions to meet Indian requirements and prepares the best response that KNDS can provide to this request.